The next unicorn startup in India is being built right now. But all it needs is the right support, the right investors, and the right ecosystem. That's exactly where Growth 91 comes in. Growth 91 is a rapidly growing platform that connects bold startup founders with investors, mentors, and opportunities to scale their ideas into real businesses. In a world where innovation moves fast, platforms like Growth 91 are helping identify and support the next generation of entrepreneurs who will shape the future of India's economy. Today, we are excited to collaborate with Growth 91 for a special talk where we explore the startup ecosystem, investment insights, and what it really takes to turn an idea into impact. So, if you're interested in startups, innovations, or building something meaningful, you're at the right place. Platforms like Growth 91 are working to make that possible by connecting promising startup founders with investors, mentors, and opportunities to scale their ideas. Growth 91 is a part of growing movement that is helping shape the future of India's startup ecosystem. To understand their vision better, I and co-founder of SIDDHI recently had a conversation with the team at Growth 91 about startups, innovation, and the future of entrepreneurship in India. So let's take a look at the discussion.
We'll be talking about how Growth 91 actually works, the business model, the revenue streams, risk management, regulation, scalability, and execution. The goal, the purpose of this meet is simple: to understand founders and investors, clearly understand how Growth 91 works as a business and how it can help businesses, startups, and investors. So, for the beginning, I would like to know more about Growth 91 from the CEO of the Growth 91 itself.
Thank you, Sakshi. It's a pleasure connecting with you. So I'll just take a few seconds to introduce what we do. Actually, Growth Sense is our primary entity. And this is a evolving, vibrant ecosystem for startups. So where we do anything and everything what a startup needs. I will come back to it later. I mean, why we are able to do that, maybe in more details. And Growth 91 is one of the arm of Growth Sense, which is a public platform helping startups connect with right set of partners and investors.
Very well said, sir. We'll have further questions, and I guess this would be taken further by Harsh. Okay, he'll be taking it further.
First, we'll start with how an investor and startup journey looks like on Growth 91, and what support does Growth 91 and Growth Sense provides.
Perfect. So before answering this question, basically, we need to understand what are the problems of startups or problems of the investors, both. And we have the privilege or advantage of playing both the roles. So, I mean, I personally started my entrepreneurial journey at the age of 6 years when I was in first standard. And since then, I'm doing a lot of different businesses and proceeding with this entrepreneurial journey. So I know the problems of entrepreneurs and founders. And now we are actively investing in startups. So we know what investor is looking for from purely from investment angle. So what are they need from the startup and what exactly they are looking for. So we have exposure to both and we have tried to build it accordingly. So basically coming back to the problems of a startup. So basically what happens, somebody has some idea, some business plan, something in mind and they start something. Now, what is needed for a real success is like collaborative efforts. So you need probably a co-founder. You probably need a couple of advisors or experts. Then you need to onboard good team and you need right set of investors. When I say right set of investors is like, I mean, depending on stage of your business or startup, you need that kind of investors. Sometimes you need more of mentoring, less of investment. Sometimes you just need plain investment, no mentoring is needed. So, I mean, both the extremes are possible. So you have to identify, strike a right balance. So how to approach the investors or the right partners is always the biggest challenge for startups because they have to focus more on building their business, building their idea, creating something what they want to create. Now, while doing so, they have to keep approaching a lot of people in the investment industry or other partner domains. And that takes a lot of bandwidth of startups. More than bandwidth, it's a challenge that people don't have time when the startup founder has a time. When a startup founder sends a pitch deck or a request, that time the investor community may be busy. They may check it at a later date. So
True.
that takes a lot of bandwidth. So that is one issue we are trying to solve, or that we have identified. And now I talk from the investor's angle. So active investor, I'm not talking about casual investors, active angel investors or angel platforms or formal VCs. They are flooded with inbound inquiries or requests from startups. And again, everybody has limited bandwidth. So what they really need is a brief summary of a startup in a structured format, and everything should look same. So if I have 10 startup pitches coming to me as an investor, and if all 10 are formatted in different ways, it becomes very difficult to compare and come to a conclusion which is my interest area. What if all the pitches are written in same format? What if all the summary is written in exactly same format? So that makes the life of investor very, very simple. And in fact, that removes the chances or reduces the chances of missing a good deal. So this another problem from investors' angle, Growth 91 is solving. So what we do at Growth 91 is give a platform to startups where they can, within few minutes or couple of minutes, they can list their startups as a potential future unicorn. They have to just fill the information and say publish. The moment they say publish, information in a very standard structured format is published for the common public in a public domain. Now, investor, when they open and see, they have a filter search. They can see search the startup based on their industry or whatever parameters they set. And these startups are available to them to screen, and most importantly, in the same format, so that they can quickly check. And any further interest is there, they can just click on a button and that sends the inquiry to the founder that I am interested in XYZ thing, maybe investment or something else. And the communication can be taken forward from there.
Conversations like these show how collaboration between founders, investors, and ecosystems can create real opportunities for innovation. If you are passionate about startups, ideas, and building the future, stay tuned for more conversation like this.